Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. It's Friday again. Sunday, Monday, what? It's Friday, guys. We're loving it. We're loving it. We're going to get the Friday vibe, of course. Love my Fridays. We've got to keep it positive. Hope you're all doing well. The doom and gloom of the reality. We're coming in here for the Manchester United chat, guys. A little bit more jolly, of course, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please, guys, don't forget to smash the like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. We're nearly on 20,000, only 9,000 away. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Of course, we got some news about a new striker. Of course, you've heard of him, Ekitike. We're going to be picking the bones about that transfer. Is it reality? Is it agent talk? What is it? We also got news about Douglas Luiz, of course, Douglas Luiz of Juventus, who has been linked, kind of flirting around Manchester United for a very long time. It's a bit of a weird one. Obviously, Cunha officially signed for Manchester United yesterday. Hold up the shirt, absolutely lovely. And will Osimhen talk start next week, guys? We're going to get into that. Thank you so much for joining me. But first, let me introduce you to my esteemed guests, of course, or not guests, my absolutely lovely community. How you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. Tyberg, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, guys. I was watching the T game many times last season. He's a very good player, but I had my doubts about him making it in the Premier League. I hope he will prove me wrong if he comes. There you go. There's Tyberg. Big up. I would be happy to have him at United, but only as a second striker, just like Rasmus. He is too young to lead the line, and we need much more proven striker experience. Also, the money is crazy. Ekitike market value is around 75 million euros, guys. That's going to go up to about 80 million. I agree with Tyberg here. I do agree with Tyberg. I think Man United need an experienced striker. These links, look, I'm not going to totally discount these links because these links could be agent talk. This could be agent talk in regards to trying to get a bigger fee for their player. But what I would say is that if Man United failed to sign Gyokeres or Osimhen or any of those players of that ilk or Mateta, would we go after a player like Ekitike? Now, it's always good to have a contingency plan. If we don't get these players in, who are we going to go for next? Next. And I think that's good. Although I agree with Tyberg, the fee is astronomical, and I am a little bit concerned about the experience that he would require in the Premier League. But we could also say this about Florian Wirtz, couldn't we? In regards to 150 odd million euros that he's gone to Liverpool. We could also say that. But you know what? Life isn't dealt with absolutes. He could come in, he can absolutely set the world alight, and we'd be like, wow, what a signing he is. Or it could flop, and it can go horribly, horribly wrong. We have to wait and see. But big up, Tybo. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Morning, Sal. There is no way we are paying 100 million for Hugo. Not a chance in hell are Ineos going to pay that kind of money. And I think we are in for Gyokeres. Guys, Gyokeres is going to come to Man United, in my opinion. Ekitike, these rumors coming about Ekitike, they're good. Look, they're good because at least it's showing that we are interested in other players. I always believe there's no smoke without fire. And even if we are, if we don't get Gyokeres, if we don't get Osimhen, then it wouldn't be such a bad idea to get Ekitike through the door. That would have been too bad, to be honest with you. But what I would say is exactly what Tyberg says. We have to be extremely careful on what we spend our money on. Because at the end of the day, as Alex Ferguson did so many times over the years, he purchased experienced strikers who knew how to put the ball in the back of the net consistently. And not only like 20 goals here, 15 goals here. You're talking about 30, 40 goals. You look at all the strikers that, unless they're Premier League proven, if he bought a striker from the rest of Europe, they were generally gunmen. They were proper strikers who scored a lot of goals. Of course, Cornish Maid, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Welcome to Happy Friday Hour. What's going on? Morning, Sal. And everyone, geez, the striker has certainly kicked off. Sorry, I'm not going to be here for the morning show, but I have great times. Guys, Cornish, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good morning, Pearl. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. We should go for Osimhen Gyokeres at that price for Ekitike. This is what it is. This is what's going to cause the debate, isn't it? Ekitike, look, you know what? I like Ekitike. I think he's a good player, but I agree with everyone in the panel. I would like Gyokeres and just stop the mess. Stop the messing about. Just get a proven striker in there, and that's it. And then we move on to the next one because I don't want to be going into next season and Ekitike hasn't scored for 2-3 games, and we're going to be like, oh, was it really worth the money? You know, and it's going to be in that, as Tyberg said again, it's going to be in that Rasmus Højlund situation. And we don't want to get into that situation. We had that situation all bloody 2 years now, isn't it, at the end of the day? Cornish, I think there's an awful lot of smoke and mirrors happening at the strike situation at the moment. One thing I would say, Cornish, is that many players that are at Man United's radar are on Man United's radar. Doesn't mean that we're going to go after them. Doesn't mean that we're going to sign them. It just means that Manchester United are aware. There is over 100 players on the Manchester United wish list. We're not going to sign them all, are we? It would be incredibly surprising if we did. Absolutely. Cornish, somehow it looks like we can't offload the strike. We can't afford the striker now without selling no one. Not sure how that's possible unless it's due to amortization. Look, what I would say is Man United can spend up to 250 million before harming FFP and PSR. Man United have always had the money. I've been telling people for months, Cornish, you weren't here, but I've been telling people for months that we've got the money. And people have been telling me, oh, but Sal, but we ain't got the money. Where are we going to get the money? We've got the bloody money. You know what I mean? We got the money, and we should have the money. We're Manchester United. We should have the bloody money. You know what I mean? And I would not accept any excuses from Ineos and stuff like that. We have got the money, absolutely. But we have to be careful what we spend the money on, of course. The one thing about Ekitike is that the wages could be approximately £7 million a year, less than either Osimhen and Gyokeres, and he's younger, so maybe that makes sense. That's true, Cornish, but is he good enough? That's the thing. That's what we're saying. He's not better than Gyokeres, and he's not better than Osimhen. That's quite obvious, isn't it? So what Manchester United need, yes, we got a lot of youngsters coming in. Of course, we got Emsdale coming in, James Emsdale, that we've been talking about in regards to Southampton. But, obviously we already got Aiden Heaven in there and stuff. We need to get some experience in there and someone who's proven to do the job effectively, of course. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Sanj. Hope you're good. Denbo, what's going on? Good morning, mate. Let's hope we can get some good news and fast. Big up, Denbo. Look, Denbo, Monday is the news. Embremo will sign for Manchester United. I'm telling you right now, I'm putting my head on the line. Here you go. Here's my head. Look, Embremo will sign for Manchester United. He will be a Manchester United player. I'm very certain of that, guys. Absolutely. Bro, this made me laugh hard. What's going on? Slices of Sib. What's going on? My throat, bro. What's going on? How you doing? What's making you laugh? Ekitike is making you laugh. Well, there you go. I don't think it's funny, but each to their own. Comedy is subjective at the end of the day. But then again, we could talk about Ekitike. Ekitike, let me pick the bones out because this news came yesterday. Tyborg knows, we know, we've been talking about Ekitike for a long time on this show. And the thing about Ekitike is that he's not going to get us to that level, in my humblest of opinion. I like him, good player, but we need a player who's a bloody gunman, who can get that ball in the back of the net week in, week out, and is proven to do it. We don't want to be going into next season and saying that, well, he isn't really proven in the Premier League, is he? That's why. And this is the same thing I would say, and I would keep the same energy with Florian Wirtz, because that's the same thing, because people are saying that, oh, but Ekitike's played in the Bundesliga. He scored goals in the Bundesliga. What about Florian Wirtz? Why ain't the media going after Florian Wirtz then, But I wouldn't mind Ekitike if we tried on Gyokeres and fouled. If we tried on Osimhen and fouled, I wouldn't mind that. But that is obviously third, fourth, fifth choice, in my opinion. Natty, good morning, sir. What is going on, Valcub? No way we could sign him with that money. There we go, guys. Absolutely. Slices of Sib. Next, we focus on Embremo for sure. Embremo's done. Slices of Sib. I say that we just need to iron out some finer details. You will hear a lot more from Embremo probably Monday. You will hear a lot more from Embremo. It isn't 100% complete, but the deal is done. I would be very, very surprised. Literally shave off my hair and my eyebrows if we don't sign Embremo next week. Not next week, but this summer. We will sign Embremo. Embremo is basically a Manchester United player. You're going to see it very soon, guys. He's basically a Manchester United player, so we don't have to worry about that, of course. Andre, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. What's the news on Brentford player? Nothing for the last days about him. That's generally, Andre, because of the window. The window has been closed, so no one's been really doing any deals. Brentford have lost their manager, obviously, so they've been dealing with that. So look, what I would say is that there will be noises going on. And sometimes, what I would say, Andre? sometimes silence is radio silence, isn't it? Sometimes there is silence, but there's a lot going on. I actually think there is a lot going on. Even though there's silence at the moment, I think there's a lot going on, and a lot will be revealed next week. And I can't wait for it, guys. I can't wait for Embremo to walk through the door, and then we can concentrate on the striker situation. Because at the end of the day, we are concentrating on Embremo. We are trying to find strikers as well. But in regards to Osimhen, Manchester United could start talks with Osimhen by next week. If this Gyokeres deal goes kerfuffle, as we say, of course. But there is news around them. There is news around Gyokeres, especially from Swedish media, guys. From Swedish media. I'm going to bring this in real quickly. There's news in regards to Gyokeres from Swedish media that he is already going to become a Manchester United player. My belief is that Victor Gyokeres will play for Manchester United next season. This is from Eric Neva. Now, Eric Neva is a Swedish journalist, highly respected Swedish journalist. He has said that he will play for Manchester United next season, and I agree. I think that Gyokeres will play for Manchester United next season, but I do believe that this particular deal may be dragged out a little bit longer, given the problems that is going on at the moment. I want Gyokeres. You want Gyokeres. If we don't get Gyokeres, it's down to Osimhen, and we start talks with Osimhen, of course. Guys, another player that has been on Manchester United fans' lips for a very long time, guys, is a man named Douglas Luiz. We remember Douglas Luiz from his Aston Villa days, of course. Hasn't quite settled down at Juventus at the moment. Manchester United are keeping tabs on Douglas Luiz. Juventus are looking to offload the Brazilian for around £30 million. Pounds, right? Juventus are also considering loaning Douglas Luiz after the Brazilian has struggled for game time last season. Now, guys, that is interesting. Would you be happy to get Douglas Luiz on a loan? Would you get Douglas Luiz on a loan? That would be incredible. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. It would add a much needed depth to our squad. It hasn't quite worked out for him at Juventus. It doesn't mean it's not going to work out for him at Manchester United. Some players find their home. Some players don't. Some players find their home. I think Douglas Luiz is a very, very decent and interesting option that we can do on loan, of course, as well, guys. Linval, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We need experienced striker, not somebody learning. Linval, I agree with that. Linval Stewart, welcome to the stream, my guy. Thank you so much for joining me. I agree with this. Just to let you know, I'm reporting the news and I'm telling you about Ekitike. What do I think about Ekitike? I think like Linval here. I think that he is not quite experienced enough to play for Manchester United, and it is a risk that we simply cannot afford to take. We can't. We need a guy that is proven to put the ball in the back of the net. So when he starts for Manchester United, you're going to be like, we know he could put the ball in the back of the net. We know he's a good striker. That's what we want. Someone we know is good enough, and Osimhen, Gyokeres, that kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, we can't be spending 80-odd million euros on Ekitike, who is an unproven player, of course. Absolutely. Big up. Ray, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Nah, Ekitike can go to Liverpool, but if he go to United, he'll flop. Probably, Ray. Probably do well at Liverpool, to be honest with you. But will Liverpool pay 70, 80 million for Ekitike when they've already spent money on Florian Wirtz? Would they do that? I mean, where are they getting this money from? Champions League, isn't it? It's Champions League. That's the Champions League money, isn't it, at the end of the day? Look, I mean, if we didn't get Gyokeres, if we didn't get Osimhen, I wouldn't be opposed to getting Ekitike. I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, he is an option. But that's only if we didn't get Gyokeres and Ekitike. I actually would prefer Mateta instead of Ekitike. I would, but I would. Ekitike would be like my 4th, 5th, 6th choice striker that I would bring into Manchester United, given his price, given that he's unproven in the Premier League. But as I've always said, football doesn't deal with absolutes. You never know what can happen. He might be a great player, might come in, score goals, bang goals. You never know. But I just don't think he's on that level. I think he's on more of the level. If you remember a Luis Saha used to play for Man United. Do you remember Luis Saha? I think he's more on that kind of level. Luis Saha was a good player, but it wasn't quite wow player. I know he had injuries, but he wasn't quite that player where you think, wow, what a player. Helge, what's going on, brother? Good morning. So Ekitike is more expensive than Amran's previous pupil. No way we should be paying more for him to get Gyokeres. Absolutely. This is just agent talk. He is 100% going to Liverpool or Chelsea. Now, this is an important point from Helge, my guy. Absolutely good to see you. I said it at the beginning of the show. This could be a ploy from the agent to get more money for Chelsea and Liverpool. Let's not forget that this is what these guys do. They're clever. They're smart. They're businessmen. They want to make money. So their main point is like, manipulate things, call the bluff, so to speak. This is something that Man United need to do a little bit more of. You know what? Call the bluff. You know what? Okay, you're going to charge that much for Gyokeres. We're going to go after Osimhen. And then they go, no. We'll sell him to you. We'll sell him to you. And that, that's what I would say. But I'm urging towards Helge here. I'm urging towards Helge. I do think this could be agent talk because this news has come out of nowhere. It's like, boom, out the blue. You know what I mean? I just don't think Man United will pay that amount of money for Ekitike, a player that is relatively inexperienced in the grand scheme of things. I know it's a decent level Eintracht Frankfurt, and don't get it wrong. Eintracht Frankfurt, a big club. Tyburg knows Eintracht Frankfurt very well, and I trust him. He watches them every single week. So, look, you know what? I would say that he's not quite ready for Manchester United, although he is a very good player, of course. Slices of Swerts go horribly wrong. Liverpool messed up with that money. I think slices of thing. I think if I was going to think about Florian Wirtz, how much would Florian Wirtz be worth in your book? How much would he be worth? In my opinion, 60, 70 million is Florian Wirtz. That is my opinion in today's market. I think 150 million is extremely exaggerated. Florian Wirtz is a fabulous player. But then again, Germany have players like Musiala, who I think are better. So look, you've got Florian Wirtz, you've got Musiala. So how much will Musiala be worth if Florian Wirtz is worth 150 million at the end of the day? So what I would say is that Florian Wirtz is overpriced. They paid double for him, in my opinion. Just under double for him, in my opinion. I think 70 million would have been about it, in my opinion. But 70, maybe pushing 80 with incentives and stuff like that. Guys, top of the range will be 100 million. Like that would be probably the last step. 100 million, 90 plus incentives, in my opinion. Good morning, Jeff. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Slicer, honestly, Gyokeres should be fine. Gyokeres will be fine. Gyokeres wants to come to Manchester United. I've already said he wants to come to Manchester United. This is why all the commotion is happening at the moment, because he wants to sign for Man United. There's news about Arsenal having talks with Gyokeres. That is beyond the truth. That is not the truth. If he was having talks with Gyokeres and Arsenal willing to pay the money, why is there so much drama going on and so much negativity and toxicity going on in regards to the transfer? It's because Arsenal are not in for him at the moment. And Ornstein and Fabrizio have not mentioned anything about Gyokeres at the moment going to Arsenal, talking to Arsenal. Not saying that it won't happen, but it's just not happening at the moment. Guys, absolutely. He wants the Manchester United move, and it is up to Manchester United, of course, to get that deal done and dusted. Big up Slices of Sib, my friend. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the stream. Timo, good to see you. Top of the morning to you all. Big up, Timo. How you feeling, mate? Hope you're doing well this Friday morning. Hope everything is fine with you. Good to see you. Hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for joining Stretford Post, my friend. Helge, Gyokeres to United will happen. I'm sure of it. A Scandinavian insights that Sweden and Danish people understand each other. So we could actually teach Chido, Obi, and Højlund some tips and tricks, guys. That is very important, Helge. And it's an important point because at the end of the day, we haven't got any players that nurture the young players in our squad at the moment, in particular on the attacking front. The only player you would say that could nurture on an attacking front is Bruno Fernandes. But is he the guy you want to be nurtured from? I want to see the strikers get nurtured by the likes of Gyokeres, the likes of Osimhen, that can teach these guys how to put the ball in the back of the net. No one denies that Rasmus Højlund has the possibility, the potential to be a good player. But at the end of the day, he needs someone to learn from. Unfortunately, when we signed the likes of Rasmus Højlund, he was thrown into the deep end and expected to score goals straight away, and that is just obviously damaging to his potential. And this is what's been happening with many of our players. We're doing the same with our man. Yoro, we're doing the same as well. Kobe Mainu, we've done the same as well with him. So we have to be very careful with these young players, not to push them too much and put too much pressure on them. Man United, the shirt is heavy. At Man United, the shirt is heavy. There's so much pressure on Man United. Man United is a different animal. This is why I look at people who compare Ruben Amorim with the likes of David Moyes and say, look what David Moyes has done at West Ham. But they don't look at the context. We are Manchester United. The shirt is much, much more heavier than West Ham or Everton, so to speak, And what did David Moyes do when he went to Man United? We all know exactly, guys. Absolutely. Mark, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I've just ate a tea cake for breakfast. I've just had a lemon tortellette, Mark. A little Friday treat for me. Lovely. Thank you so much, Mark. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Mark, too. What's going on? Mark Devils, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Jeff, Wow, what a whole new twist. Not surprising at all. We still go for Gyokeres, the bloke who wants to be a United player. Now, look, let me put this little situation before you guys, before your eyes, before your very eyes. Let's say Man United, right, are going after Ekitike to try and push through the Gyokeres deal. What about that? Let's say that's happening. We're going for Ekitike. We're just going to go for Ekitike. We want Ekitike to push through the Gyokeres deal to make them panic. Okay. We'll give you Gyokeres because Gyokeres wants to come to Manchester United at the end of the day. And if they don't sell him to Manchester United, if they end up keeping Gyokeres, which is a very, very real possibility, if he doesn't go to Manchester United, they're going to have a disgruntled, unhappy player. And that is not good for business, of course, guys. Absolutely not. Natty, I think Gyokeres know where he would go, and I hear and we were here for after it. Big up, Natty. Big up. Gyokeres is the main target. Embremo will get his man. Watch him join United soon. Mark, I agree with you. I think it's going to happen. We're about 75% sure that it's going to happen. Of course, we have to iron out some finer details. Of course, we got the problems going on with the agent and stuff like that. It is the same agent who had De Jong. Remember what that agent did with us with De Jong? He gave us the whole summer talking about De Jong. You know what I mean? It's just madness. Slices of Sib. Cunha, Embremo, and Gyokeres. Big up. Whoa, big up, man. Big up. Hope you're well. Easy. Big up, brother. Carl, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. No, not another young striker. Gyokeres quit for Man United. I think we will get him. I think, Carl, once a player starts getting disgruntled, once a player wants to force out a move, you know what happens, isn't it, Carl? Generally, the player wins, isn't it? The player wins. Generally, the player wins. When he wants to go. Do you remember Anthony had the problem with Ajax? And he wanted to sue Ajax. You remember that? He wanted to sue Ajax, and then he ended up getting his move. You remember that? So it happened. Once a player wants to leave, the player will leave, and the power is with the player, in my opinion. Good morning, Rajat. How you doing? What's up? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Jeff, Ekitike brace is absurd. Besides, he can dig in the Premier League. I don't think so. Yep, Jeff, I believe in that as well. I agree with you, mate. I think it's going to be a very big risk. Of course, Tyborg, Frankfurt earned almost 500 million from South the last couple of years, and Kresh, the president of Frankfurt, said yesterday, we are not in need to sell. This is all agent talk. Tyborg, I'm starting to edge towards that. But my question would be, could Man United be using Ekitike for Gyokeres? Could they be using that to lower the price on Gyokeres? It could be. It could be. That is a theory that we could add. It could work both ways. Or the agent of Ekitike is using Man United to get more money from Chelsea or Liverpool. That could also be a situation as well. Of course, we never know. Mark, Embremo is a matter of when, not if. A born United player. Love it, Mark. I agree with you. I think he's already a Man United player. Let me just tell you something. Whilst everyone is stressing about these things, Embremo will be a Manchester United player next season. I'm telling you right now. You can call me up, click me up, whatever you want to do. Embremo will be a Manchester United player next season. I'm pretty certain about that. Absolutely. Big up Slices of Sib. Big up yourself and everything on top, all that sweet stuff. Kind of wish Man United got Florian Wirtz. If it was Liverpool, Man City, or even at Arsenal, constituency or level. What I would say is that if Man United spent 150 million on Florian Wirtz, I think there will be Netflix series made about it. There will be dramas. The media will be going absolutely mad. Is he worth it? Is he worth it? Is he worth it? We'll hear it. That is it. That is going to be the Man United tax in regards to the media, because they'll be going on and on and on. Oh, look at them just buying success. Look at them just buying success. Listen, I've heard some crazy things over this years, but one of the most crazy things I heard yesterday is that Alex Ferguson needed handouts to be successful. Can you believe this? I'm hearing that Alex Ferguson needed handouts to be successful. What a load of nonsense from Manchester City fans. I mean, there you go. It's Manchester City, isn't it? The Manchester City fan, if there is such a thing. You know what I mean? They're going on and on about that. So if Man United sign Florian Wirtz, goodness me, there will be so much dramas. And, oh, look at this. There'll be all the tables coming out, guys. All the tables will be coming out. You know what I mean? All those tables, all that stuff will be coming out. I've never seen so many spreadsheets sent from people that look like this. I've seen so many spreadsheets from people that look like this. People who didn't know what Microsoft Excel was before last week. I'm telling you, they probably thought Microsoft Excel was some kind of exercising device which they never used. At the end of the day, Excel and Excel again, lift and Excel. This is Man City. I've seen so many people sending me bloody spreadsheets from people, how much we spent. Bottom line is, Manchester City fans, Without oil money, you would not have success, fact or no fact. Deal with facts here, fact or no fact. You would not have any success. Man United, we earn our money organically. Alex Ferguson won a treble with kids. So there we go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry about that to scare you lot a little bit. I know that is a little bit frightful, that picture and stuff. Denbo, I hope you're right, my friend. Embremo, if he signs next week, I'll buy you 10 pints. Denbo, one thing I would say, let me spread it. He will be a Man United player next season, and you can buy me a pint. You can send it through the digital world. Of course, you can buy me a pint. Big up. Thank you so much. You can give me a super chat, Dembo, if he signs for Manchester United, which he will. Imagine the alternative to Juve where we sign Ekitike for 100 million, he flops, and Gyokeres goes to Arsenal 65 minutes and smashes 27 goals in the Premier League. We would look like such idiots. Do the obvious. Get Gyokeres. I agree, Helge. I can't disagree with Helge here. I can't disagree. I agree with Helge. I don't often disagree with Helge because I like Helge. I don't often disagree with Tyberg. I like Tyberg. I don't often disagree with my community. But what I would say, I don't often disagree in my community, and I'm not going to disagree on this occasion because I agree with Helge. This is a big risk, and it puts a lot of pressure on us. If Gyokeres went to Arsenal, I don't even like the thought. If Gyokeres went to Arsenal and bagged goals, 30 goals this next season, and you know what, Ekitike is struggling to get into the league. You know, wait, the knives would be out. The knives would be out. And Ruben Amorim would be in a lot of trouble. Ruben Amorim would be the one who would get the blame, wouldn't it? It's wrong, but it would be happening. Ekitike is not experienced enough to lead the line, and is not the type of striker who would sit in the box or won't engage us a 10. I agree with that. Good morning, Randy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is fine with you, my friend. Good to see you. Big up slices of Sib. Big up, my friend. What PSR is not such a big issue then, is it? Man United got 250 million to spend, Raja, as I've always said. I said 200 plus million. Haven't I said that for many, many months now? People who know the channel, they know, but I've been saying 100, 250 odd million, you know, for a very long time. I knew they had this money. And this is not their money. This is Man United's money. They're not going to dig in their pocket, even though Sir Jim Ratcliffe should dig in his pocket because he was about to buy Chelsea for 4 billion. And that's another thing I said a few months ago. Where is the 4 billion that he was going to buy Chelsea with? What's going on with that money? At the end of the day, Man United have money. Man United have always had money. They're just exaggerating. It's a business tactic to manipulate the masses and subconsciously think that we got no money. Sack a load of people to subconsciously think we've got no money. This is what these business people do. Of course, Mark, Ekitike is good as saving the 100 million and continue with Højlund. Højlund has better chanced his time in the Premier League. There you go. That we have to wait and see. The United position is still making clubs put a high fee on their players. United ended up in a terrible position. United should sign one of the players and allow the fan breathe properly. Big up, Uchichi. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is fine with you. Rajat, would David Ray have been a great signing for Manchester United? He would have been. He would have been. Not the Arsenal one. Morning, Sal. That is the midfielder from Middlesbrough. Like, what's that? What's the midfielder from Middlesbrough? Like, you meaning obviously Hayden? Hayden. That guy, I think, is basically a championship player, so we can't get too carried away with him. It's very important that when people judge players who play in the championship, they have to judge it subjectively, objectively. They have to make sure that they're looking at it properly, because you know what happens when these teams for the championship get promoted, don't you? They generally go back down, and that's to do with the players. So we have to look at this kind of player and think, you know what, is he going to make it in the Premier League? I'm not saying that he's not talented, but it would represent a risk. You know, it would represent a risk. It would be a good signing in regards to a bench option for Manchester United, in my opinion. Helge, people need to chill. And Embremo was just delayed due to the short holiday and the backroom staff and manager changing Thomas Frank. They had to attend the first. I don't understand why people don't get that. Helge, he's a Man United player. That's what I'm hearing. He's a Man United player. We just need to click the button and it's done. Absolutely. Push the button. Absolutely. That's what Man United need to do. He is a Man United player, and you will see that he's a Man United player next season. I don't know the commotion. I know that people are getting very impatient. People are getting fidgety. People are like swearing and effing and blinding what they're doing. You know what I mean? They're just getting a little bit too irate. That is done. The most important thing for Man United now is a striker, and who we're going to get the striker. And I believe Gyokeres will be that striker. I believe that. And if we have those three up front, I'm telling you now, Embremo, Cunha, Gyokeres, what a front three. And speaking of Cunha, he was unveiled to the Manchester United fans yesterday, saying that it was a dream come true to play for Manchester United. He's dreamt all his life about wearing the red shirt of Manchester United. We're not Manchester City. This is not Robinho. This is not Robinho thinking he's signing for Manchester United. This is real Manchester United. Cunha wanted to play for Manchester United his whole life. It is a dream come true, and it is a dream for us to have you, Cunha. We can't wait till you get going. We can't wait to see you next season. I believe Cunha will be one of the most important players for us next season, and it will be one of the Premier League's bright sparks. We're going to shock a lot of people next season, guys. If we get Gyokeres, Embremo, and Cunha that free, goodness me, that's the new SMN. Trust me, guys, that is what it's going to be. Absolutely. JJ, yes, United sign Osimhen and save you stress. Gyokeres first. Let's go, Slices. Big up, my friend. Hope you're all doing well. Big up, Kenny. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is fine with you. Natty, Manchester United are clever in condition of signing Osimhen. We want a player who want to come. We do not want mercenaries. Absolutely, Natty. I agree. Rajat, hope it will come to actually, absolutely, Rajat. Big up, Rajat. Helge, Eric Neva is well known in Scandinavia. He knows all the people within the cycle of the Swedish national team and their entourage. Gyokeres is Manchester United bound. Come on, Helge. I told you, we got the doses, we got the sources. Absolutely, he's going to be a Manchester United player. I don't think someone of his ilk, Eric Neva, I don't think he will go on Scandinavian TV and say that Gyokeres is going to sign for Manchester United if he didn't mean it. He's a respectable guy. If he didn't mean it, I know he doesn't deal with transfers. I know that. But what does have an insight into Swedish football. So this is very important. If he went on Swedish television and said, you know what, we're going to sign Gyokeres, he's putting his neck on the line, isn't he? At the end of the day, absolutely. Ugbomo, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hugo T is not needed. Instead, we go for Osimhen. Embremo deal should be done first. He is the powerful horse. Big up Ugbomo. Hope you're doing well. Love Osimhen, of course. I'd quickly get Jonathan Davis on a free and pocket him first. The chase, number 9, Ekitike, would be too expensive for the price quoted. Victor, the problem with Jonathan David is what I'm hearing is that he wants a lot of wages. Because he's a free transfer, he wants a lot of wages, over 200 grand a week, which is quite a lot for him, especially if he's not proven and he's coming to the Premier League for the first time, of course. City signed Cherki, Reinder, and Ike Norway for 130 million. United were quoted 70 million for quotes of Cherki alone. Make 15 cents. Cherki was a 25 million release clause as well. So 25 million release clause he had. So at the end of the day, what has happened is that to get, at the end of the day, this is Man City have gone in for him. They took him. They took Naipan as well. Because what Manchester City are doing, they spent, 400 million since January. So what they're doing, they're signing all the players and sending them on loan so no one else can buy them. I firmly believe they did that with Naipan. I think they did that with Naipan. I think, Cherki, do they really need Cherki? They've got Manouche there as well. And then they're buying Naipan as well. It's a disgrace, to be honest with you, spending money on that. And I would have loved Naipan at Man United. I would have loved Cherki at Man United. But unfortunately, he's gone to Man City. And this is why we need to get a step on. This is why this month we need something solid to happen. Cunha is a bonus. I know this window is not the proper window. The window starts on Monday for me. The window starts on Monday, 16th of June. Man United will get to work. And that includes outgoings as well. Not only ingoings, outgoings. You're going to see a mad rush. And I'm going to be here every single time. Manchester United have done this. Manchester United have done that. I can't wait for it. Let's bring it on, guys. Absolutely. Onana may be a good goalkeeper, but not with Man U. I agree, Rajat, with that, my friend. I agree. I love the new goalkeeper top, by the way. It is very nice. Unfortunately, I haven't bought a Man United top for many, many years now. Slicer, Jonathan David sounds a good too. He's an option, Slices. That's what I would say. Bill, I'd like to see us get Hayden Hackney. Yeah, we've been talking about him. Problem with Hayden Hackney, Bill, is that he plays in the Championship, and that is a big risk. If he comes to the Premier League, you know what? It's going to be a different animal for him, especially coming to Manchester United. That's not to say he won't be that player, of course. I rate him. He will be cheap, so maybe bring him in, put him on the bench. Why not? We do need midfield players. Man United are severely lacking in midfield players at the moment. We do need some midfield players. I agree. Absolutely. Bill, big up, Bill. Helge, we should get Douglas Luiz. He's one of the most underrated midfielders in the world, in my opinion. He doesn't have weaknesses. I see him. Cunha, Casemiro being good mates as well. Good option. Maybe get him on loan. Douglas on loan makes a lot of sense. He could contribute a lot. I agree, Tyberg. Sort of player that we need, isn't it? In our squad that we can bring on. He's a tough player, a nutter, South American, of course, Brazilian. good with Casemiro as well. I would think that would be a good loan deal. If we could try and strike some sort of loan deal with Juventus, once we get Gyokeres and Embremo and Cunha through the door, we can get a Douglas Luiz, and that would make it start getting a decent window, wouldn't it? Start making it look like a decent window, of course. Big up Tyborg. I'm fed up with Gyokeres transfer. There is no time for saga, time against Amram. Siako, I don't want to get carried away, my friend. Don't get carried away. This window was a bonus window. This window wouldn't have been out open anyway. The real window opens on the 16th of June. So let's not jump onto other things. At the end of the day, things are getting done. If Ruben Amram is not backed, that's nothing to do with Ruben Amram. That's to do with the board. It's nothing to do with Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram has a list of players that he wants. Ineos, Vivel, Barada, Wilcox will look at those players that he wants, and they will decide which players we get, and they will go after the players that they rate. And that is not nothing down to Ruben Amram. The speed and the quickness in regards to deals goes with the board, not Ruben Amram. So let's not blame him already. They're already sending the knives out for Ruben Amram. Don't Juve and Diego want to go out and then sign? Don't Juve or Atletico Madrid want to go out and sign? What's that VG? What's a VG? VG. What's a VG? Oh, Victor Gyokeres. Juve are interested in Gyokeres, of course. I'm not sure about Atletico Madrid. I haven't heard too much about Atletico Madrid, but look, you know what? He wants a Man United move. I'm telling you now, Raja. He wants a Man United move. That's the club he wants to go to. And I don't blame him, of course. Absolutely not. I don't blame him. Absolutely not. Jake, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Gyokeres wants Arsenal, mate. The only way he comes to United if Arsenal don't want him? No, he doesn't want Arsenal. And I'll tell you why he doesn't want Arsenal. Let me give you an explanation. Right. All this talks from Arsenal, which hasn't been confirmed by anyone credible, right? All this talks for Arsenal is way beyond the truth, okay? So basically, there is a lot of commotion going on with Gyokeres. Arguments, sue business, all this suing business. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? If he's happy to go to Arsenal and wants the Arsenal move, Arsenal are willing to pay the money, what is the commotion going on here? Why are they arguing? Because he could just go to Arsenal, right? He doesn't want Arsenal, he wants Man United. He wants to work with Ruben Amram. Believe that. I believe that. And Swedish TV have confirmed it. Swedish TV have confirmed it. Arsenal, you can be in the Champions League and make up the numbers. It doesn't really matter. With the 0 Champions Leagues. Man United will still be Man United. Man United still have Man United pool, in my opinion. Slices for Sib. Is Chelsea looking at Ekatike? Yes, they are. So are Liverpool. True. Big up. Natty. Douglas is a very underrated player. He will contribute more physically when he's good progressing the ball. I agree with that, Natty. He's a good player. I agree. Absolutely. Agree with that. Raja, how about getting Jonathan David? Wages is a problem. You have to ask yourself why no other team has gone in for him, even if it's a free transfer. Wage is the problem, I believe. What I'm hearing, if he doesn't go to Napoli, to be honest, there you go. Chandiga, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Man United is good on liking every player, and United doesn't know where to put the money, and delayment also letting Man United backwards. At the moment, I wouldn't say delaying because the window was a bonus window. Man United signed Cunha, one player in the window. So at the end of the day, let's wait until the 16th of June. Let's see what happens if we can get the players through the door. I firmly believe we're going to get the players through the door. I believe it. I absolutely do. That Man United will get the players that they need to get by the start of pre-season. We have to believe. Yes, there is obviously a little slight edge of PTSD in the Man United fan base because of what has been going on for the last 10, 15 years. You know, I agree with that and I understand that. But what we have to do is this is a new regime. This is Ineos. This is Ravel, Barada and Wilcox. Let's see what they do by the start of preseason. You know what? I'm talking like this, right? If we don't get the players in by the 1st of July, then I'm going to start looking at, wow, this is getting a little bit treacherous. But even in July, we got until the 19th of July to our first game in the preseason. So I don't think we should worry too much. We just need to hold our horses a little bit. Raja, what Jasari think here? Yeah, he's a good player. Mentioned him last week. Raja, very good player. Interested in Manchester United, of course. Man United are interested in Jasari. But he's another one, isn't he? He's another player that could not possibly go to Man City if we're not careful. You know, Man United need to make their move. Very good player, of course. Spoke about him a number of times. Big up Slices of Sib. Big up, my friend. Why is every Manchester United fan channel a southerner? There are loads of clubs. You pick one. At the end of the day, you don't know where I'm from. Read Con Gurek. You don't know where I'm from. At the end of the day, let me tell you something about us southerners, right? Let me tell you how Beckham assisted Man United to a treble, right? Southerner, Leytonstone like me, actually. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter where you're from. It's 2025, my guy. Don't worry about where we're from. We support football teams. I mean, I sense a strong accent in Ruben Amorim, a very strong Manchester accent. Cantona had a very strong Manchester accent, didn't he? Did he not? Did Ronaldo have a strong Manchester accent? No. If you're going to go down that route, then all the players, then all the managers should be from that place too, shouldn't they? At the end of the day, we love Man United. This community loves Man United. Wherever we are in the world, you know what? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, as we say, of course. Thank you for joining, though. Whatever your name is. Where do United get the money from? Sorry, but people can be thick. 40 million Rash, 50 million Ghana, 35 million Anthony, 30 million Sancho. That's 155 million alone, plus their huge wages. Lindelof gone. Not only that, Helge, not only that, mate, also Man United make their own money. Man United make their own money, merchandise and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Replica kits, season tickets, stuff like that. They make their own money around the world. They don't tell you about that. Man United getting 30 million for even finish 15th in the league. They don't tell you about that as well. It's just like people don't understand that. You know what I mean? It's mad. Chidinga, Gyokeres is a proven striker and EPL proven player. Why not him? Championship proven player. Championship proven player. Play for Coventry. Absolutely. Absolutely. What are you talking about? I mean, I have no idea. I don't want to say that name again. It give me neck cramps trying to say that name. Ugbomo, words will flog because they will expect excess from him. He can't handle the pressure of the fans and media. This number, another Nunes 1.0. There we go. I don't want to hate on Wirtz. I don't want to be one of those guys. I don't want to be a City or Liverpool or Chelsea or Arsenal fan. I don't want to go after their players because I believe that Wirtz is a very good player. And I wouldn't mind him at Man United if we paid 70 million around that. I wouldn't mind it. But what I would say is that, you know what, it is a lot of pressure on Florian Wirtz. There's going to be incredible pressure on Florian Wirtz. A lot of pressure. You know what happens when you have a price tag like 150 million euros, you get 150 million euros expectation as well on top of that. So that 150 million, everyone's going to be looking for 150 million euros player, 150 million euros player. They're going to be looking for that, innit? And the knives will be out. Absolutely. And I've seen it before. I remember Denilson. Do you remember Denilson, who played for Real Betis, Brazilian international? And he had the world record fee at the time. And then he went to Betis and completely flopped. You remember that? Jeff, good morning. Hope you're good, Jeff. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Big up. The fact that, I think I read that one. Flop player. Big up. Flop player. Who's a flop player, Moed? Who's a flop player? Rasmus, nothing. Yeah. Oh, well. Rasmus will never be a good Premier League player in the Premier League. Maybe we should. What should we do, Cosmo? We have to sell him for about 42 million to comply with FFP and PSR. What do we do? Do we send him a loan? Should we send him on loan? Should we do that? We could do that. That would be interesting. I think we should. I think if we send him on loan, you know, because I don't think we're going to get any buyers at the moment. What we need to do, and I think someone said it in the stream, I think it was Helge who said it, I'm not sure, but someone said it in the stream a few days ago that we should send Rasmus on loan, build his price up so he scores lots of goals, build his price up, and then he'd be more attractive to possible suitors in regards to a transfer. I think we can do that. I think we should. Something along those lines, because at the moment, I don't think anyone in their right mind would spend 42 million on Rasmus Højlund right now, of course. Raja, Victor Gyokeres has a realistic price. It probably should be happening, hopefully, and obviously won't have the Champions League footy. Yeah, that is a big problem. Now, you can imagine, Raja, if we won the Europa League final. If we won the Europa League final, Man United will be cooking. I don't like to use that word, but Man United will be cooking if we won the Europa League final. I firmly believe that. Jeff, Cupido, surprise is going to happen over the weekend. We got it in the bag. Jeff, I've said it for a long time, my guy. There are a lot of surprises that's going to happen this summer. I'm telling you right now. And I hope, and fingers crossed, we got a big dose of positivity before the season starts. I hope. I'm praying. Guys, I hope so. Absolutely. It can work. Big up, my friend. Big up that push. Big up. Helge. The biggest newspaper in Sweden has spoke to Gyokeres agent Hassan Setinkia. We have evidence in writing with Sporting Lisbon promised him to go for a 60 to 10 million. And the agent of Gyokeres, I believe, is the agent that used to be the agent of Mr. De Jong. You remember De Jong, Frank De Jong? Gave us the runaround. Remember that? I mean, he's a greedy agent. Agents are a problem. Alex Ferguson said it, didn't he? Miles O'Reilly, whatever we finally get in the transfer window, I will back then as always, United forever. Positivity got to be positive. Love your work and God bless you, brother. God bless you too, mate. I love your positivity. Thank you so much. You are a shining light, my friend. Absolutely, really good. Positivity resonates. Remember that. Positivity will always resonate. Johnson, good morning, Sal. If United had gone for Works, paid 70 million for him, TalkSport and ESPN all over that, we had our pants pulled down. But since it's Liverpool, the price is okay. Exactly, Johnson. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes on AFTV. Is it AFTV? Don Robbie TV, whatever it is. They were saying that it's a good price for Florian Wirtz. But when they went to Gyokeres, they were like, yeah. Well, you know, when they went to Turkey, they're like, yeah. But when it's Florian Wirtz, oh, that's okay. You know what I mean? Turkey was there. Did Man United F up dealing with Sporting Lisbon? It's not just Man United and Sporting Lisbon. It's the agents that are a problem. The agents are always going to be a problem, of course, which is a problem. Alex Ferguson always warned us about the agents as well. I'm going to call you Recon. Anyway, got any answers? No. In that case, of your dad being a glory hunter or yourself. Listen, Recon, don't talk about my dad. You don't know my dad. Listen, mate, let me tell you about the birds and the bees, mate. Right? I'm from London. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, Man United are full of London players. The players who played in London, who are from London, players who played in Oldham, players who played in Liverpool, players who played everywhere around the world, France, Spain, Germany, you name it, they played for Man United. It doesn't matter. I know you have this thing, I don't know whether your Brexit head is on or something, I don't know. Maybe you think that everyone should be from that particular town. I don't believe that at the end of the day. It doesn't matter where you were born. At the end of the day, you did not choose to be born in that place. Right, at the end of the day. So if I choose to support Man United, it doesn't really matter. My wife's Italian. Should I be Italian too? Does that matter? It doesn't really matter, does it? I should be Italian to marry an Italian, isn't it? That should be right, isn't it? Look, my guy, thank you for joining the stream. But listen, with all this, oh, you're not from Manchester business. I know more about Man United than a lot of Manx, mate. I will bring a lot of Manx on this channel and I'll tell them about Man United. And you know what? I have done. I've even in Abu Dhabi, where I live at the moment, because I'm here working. At the end of the day, I've got elite Manchester United fans, been going for 50 years. They didn't know as much as me. Now, listen, guys, you can have your opinion. You could do that. But to downplay people because they're from a different town, a different country, wherever they're from, it's just backwards, mate. It's just backwards. At the end of the day, you know what? Allow that backwards attitude. Dinosaur stuff, man. We're in 2025, mate. Let's move on. Absolutely. Randy. United is the second biggest club on the planet. Absolutely. Even Cockneys are welcome. Big up, Randy. Absolutely. Randy, you're from South Africa, innit? Osimhen for me, proven striker. Good morning, Sal. Good morning, Toxie. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And let's not forget, Sir Matt Busby was not from Manchester. Alex Ferguson was not from Manchester. You know what I mean? Definitely. The shirt is heavy because of the expectations of the club and the fans. No matter what, if we are the 1st or the 15th, we always in the media. It's true, Tim. And people don't understand quite how heavy this shirt is. They don't understand how heavy this shirt is. The Manchester United shirt weighs heavy on everyone. Great players have come to Man United and flopped. Falcao, Sanchez, these type of players, you know, they flopped. Man United is a heavy shirt, a lot of expectations. And every single season, when Man United go into the season, Manchester United are expected to win. That's the problem. We're expected to win. And when we don't win, the pressure is on. And that is why it's unfair on the likes of Ahmad, on the likes of Rasmus, on the likes of Mainu, on the likes of Lenny Yoro, on the likes of Dorgu, and players of that ilk. It's unfair on them to put so much pressure on them. But we're in a position where we can't help it anymore, of course. Anthony sued Ajax, had 9. Yeah, he sued them. Yeah, he did. And we have a good record with them as well, guys. Absolutely. Good morning, Ellen. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, Ellen. Hope you're good. Hope you're good, my friend. Absolutely. Toxie, please, what's the update outgoing? Nothing at the moment. There will be news next week about the outgoings. Lots of rumors going on, but we will get some bids in for Garnacho and Anthony. Number one, Anthony and Garnacho. They're wanted by a few clubs. In regards to Rashford and in regards to Mr. Sancho, there's not going to be much offers for them, which is no surprising, is it? In regards to Rashford, he only wants a move to Barcelona. The problem is, you know what? Barcelona don't want him. They want him on loan. They don't want him. You know, what are we going to do? We're going to be left with these players. They're just not broadening their horizons a little bit. Maybe if you want to get in the England squad, if Rashford wants to get in the England squad, maybe it's important that he doesn't sign for Barcelona because they have Rafinha, they have Pedri, they have Lewandowski, they have Lamine Yamal. So why would he want to go to Barcelona? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. If he wants to get in that England team for the World Cup, going to Barcelona is the wrong team. He's not going to get in that team. Delusions of grandeur. He's not going to get in that team. Absolutely not. Take Luiz all day long. Me too, John O'Connell. On loan, it would be good. 150 million on words for United low. Imagine that. Imagine the abuse we would be getting. Embremo will be 100% join Man United eventually. I'm not worried about him joining me neither. He's a Man United player, as far as I'm aware. Slice of Sim, our club actually dies if we take that deal. Yeah, probably. To be honest, Gyokeres, Embremo, Cunha, Ahmad, Chido, Bruno, that attack looks scary. And I can't wait for the next season to start if all of those buys happen. Tyberg, come on, my friend. I can't wait for it. I'm already in the vibe, guys. I'm already feeling like last summer. I'm feeling in the vibe. I think that we've got this, guys. I think we're going to get these players through the door. I think we're going to be strong next season. A lot of pain last season. We suffered a lot last season. Guys, after that Tottenham final, honestly, I was so down. That's one of the downs I've ever been as a Man United fan in nearly 40 years. Losing to a weak Tottenham side in the final, stinking out the place. You know what? It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen, the worst finals I've ever seen. But you know what? With every dark day, there's going to be a bright day. You cannot appreciate the sun until you felt a little bit of rain. And boy, we have felt the storm over the last 10 years. Hopefully, Man United will be back and we'll be back to where we belong, challenging. And that is the ultimate problem with the media at the moment. They are scared of Man United. They're scared Man United will come, will rise again. We'll awake from our slumber. You know, beware the wounded beast. We will be back, of course. Absolutely. Randy, good morning and then big up everyone. Of course. Slicer, about time the Glazers leave. I would love that. That would be a dream come true. Osimhen is 63 million. A bargain. It is a bargain. Big up, John. Big up, Natty. We do not want any excuses if Florian Wirtz flops. Exactly. We don't want any Scouse excuses. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. We don't want any Scouse. You're getting blocked now, mate. Sorry. Goodbye and sayonara, Tara, you little twat. Big up, everyone. So, yeah, Raja. Not only about on paper, but fan can get very excited about that attacking unit. People jealous because I'm from London. You know what I mean? They think I'm from London, so I shouldn't support Manchester United. Cheers. That's your tears. Right. Absolutely. Not only about the paper, but a fan can get very excited about that attacking unit. No denying. Absolutely. Big up, Abdullah. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up this channel. Smash the likes. Love the channel from Malaysia. Big up, Abdullah. Hope you're doing well. Manchester United are keeping tabs on Douglas Luiz. Juventus are looking to offload the Brazilian for around 30 million. Gives me sports. Big up, Give Me Sports. Ben Jacobs, of course. Big fan of the channel as well. Been on the channel twice. Big up, of course, guys. Absolutely. Natty, smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you so much, Natty. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, my friend. We had a good summer last time. This one will be even better if we got Gyokeres and Bremer. It will be, Randy. It would already start looking a bit tasty, wouldn't it? We've got the money. I've said it for many, many months now that we have the money and we're going to spend the money. And people are going to be like, where did we get the money from? We got the money. People need to use their head. We've got money. As I said many, many times. Of course, John. Luiz for 30 million, a bloody bargain. Please get him. I'll get him on loan. Apparently, he's available for loan as well. I'll get him on loan, save some money. Oh, Chusel, great point. Big up, Rajat. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I believe the Gyokeres other than a TK. We don't need another Hoyland. Good point. Davidson, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good point, my friend. Good point. Absolutely. Abdullah, Embremo will join. Just calm. Yeah, we believe that. Absolutely. Abdullah, big up Irvine. He's already a Man United player in my eyes, Abdullah. Big up, Abdullah. So if Embremo is done, then why no? Here we go. Because at the end of the day, it is the window. The transfer window is done. Guys, it's not. It's a window. It's not there yet. It's a break. It's a break, Sniper Man. You're not going to get a here we go. It's done. We just need to iron out some finer details. The deal is done. 90% of the deal is done. He's going to be a Man United player next season. I tell you that right now. And Embremo will be a Manchester United player next season. Just hold your tits. Basically, Natty, Is Aidan Hackney, is it that good or overhyped? We have to wait and see. He's a championship player at the end of the day. He looks talented in the championship, but as we all know, the championship is different to the Premier League. The Premier League is a completely different animal, guys, in my opinion. Marky Mark. Morning, Sal. Completely agree with you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Marky Mark. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, my bro. Good to see you. Slices of Sib. Cunha is going to carry your slices. No swearing, please, brother. Please, mate. Gyokeres, number one centre forward, will come off. If not, he's somehow not really that achievable. Then Matata from Crystal Palace. Premier League proven is pretty nice. Big up, Raja. I agree with that, mate. Good one. David Son, get me Martinez. Anything but Onana. Martinez is a big, he's been a lot of talk about him as well. Last summer, we made some mistakes by chasing bench warmer from PSG for the entire window instead of keeping Amrabat and Scooby-Doo. There we go, Randy. Big up, Randy. Scooby-Doo, I would say that he suits the Italian league better. Not that he's less talented. The fact is that the Italian style, the league, suits him better. Sometimes, let me tell you something. In football, it's not that you're not talented. It's just that the league don't suit you. And I think that the league suits him to a T. The Italian league suits him fantastically well. You know what I mean? The Italian league is not the Premier League. It's completely different. I would say. And I you know what? I got a lot of connections to Serie A, Napoli and stuff like that, who are the champions. Also, Sal, but your Gyokeres agent met Arsenal. That's what the rumours are saying, Sniper Man. You talk about here we go. Has Fabrizio Romano confirmed that? Has David Ormstein confirmed that? Stop talking nonsense, mate. Stop the speculation. Nothing has happened yet. We believe in you, Sir Amram. Absolutely. Big up, my friend. Big up. Tyborg. What I like the most is that we are not just after players who suit the system, but also strong characters. And it's very important to get rid of the snowflake mentality we had for a decade. Absolutely. I like the look of Cunha. Cunha means business, in my opinion. Absolutely. Gyokeres said he will make decisions when he comes back from holiday, when his holiday finished. He'll be back next week, mate. He'll be back next week. Don't worry about that. Embremo deal close. Yes. Big up, Randy. Give Ruben everything he needs at United. We'll be marching on. Come on, Randy. Big up. Roy Michael, good morning, Sal. And everyone, love your positive attitude, Sal. We'll sign some fantastic players, Sal, this summer. The gods are smiling. God bless everyone. God bless you, Michael. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. And let me say, Behalu, what's going on? We will win the title if we get all those players, including the goalkeeper. Is that a quote? I mean, I love that. Abera, I love that positivity. I love the positivity. I do welcome positivity on this show. I really do. I love the positivity on this show. It is beautiful. Thank you for joining the stream, my friend. Thank you very much. Bill, agreed, Sal, on Hackney, and big up to all. Big up, Bill. Big up. Hackney might come in and absolutely tear it down. We don't know, but it's just the championship is a little bit, we have to be careful as well. But he would be cheap. Can we get Lookman or Thuram if we don't get Gyokeres or Osimhen, which is unlikely? We're going to get Gyokeres or Osimhen. I'm telling you right now. I'm not going to worry about what we don't get, my friend. Sal, why many times teams want players from us on loan because they don't want to pay the money, mate, Natty, and they think we're broke, so they try and think they're helping us, but they don't. Exactly, the real window starts on the 16th. Absolutely. Bahalo, we won the league already. Yeah, come on, Randy. This window is a bonus. Absolutely, that's what I've been saying for a long time. Of course, absolutely. Big up, Randy. 200% if it is a Club World Cup window opening. Yes, exactly. Dude, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome from Kenya, my guy. Hope we will get Gyokeres. I'm very certain we'll get Gyokeres. I'm pretty certain we'll get Gyokeres. I'm literally in the 8th. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to give you that, but we're favourites to sign him. Still favourites to sign him, of course. Naipan went Man United. He's a Man United fan, but we didn't go in for him, unfortunately. We snooze, you lose, isn't it? Mark, Simon said he expects Pogba to assist 4 or more per match when he was signed for 89 million. So what does that expect from Florian Wirtz, who was signed for 126 million? I think he needs an assist every 1.2 seconds. Big up. Carl, why would Amy 1 join Arsenal trophy Dodgers? Gyokeres is coming to United. Come on, Carl. Big up. That's the last bit. I like the last bit. Helge, I think also United have been very tactical and actually very smart by signing Cunha and Embremo first. Make the persuasion of a new striker much easier. Helge, you got it there, mate. Come here and play behind them two. Tempting. You are the man who's going to play behind Embremo and Cunha. You are the man who's going to get us the goals behind Embremo and Cunha. Come on, come on. You know what I mean? This is the place to be. That's what it is. This is the place to be. You know what I mean? Absolutely. What percent will give us assigned players? Gyokeres, I'm not going to give a percentage, but we're favourites. That's all I'll say, Natty. But football's a funny old game. Gyokeres wants Ruben with Embremo. For me, it's so obvious and logical. I would do the same if I was him. Absolutely. Fit straight in like a glove. Exactly, Tyborg. Absolutely. Player sales will hear a lot more clips. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Players will hear a lot more next week. A lot. I mean, in particular, Anthony and Garnacho and not Sancho, not Rashford, Anthony and Garnacho. And obviously, I'm forgetting the player. I keep forgetting the player at the end of the day. Anyway, yeah, we'll hear some news next week, of course. Definitely. But Anthony is important. Maybe we can get money from him. Garnacho, we can get money from him if they do decide to sell him. Of course, we need a lot more sales, of course, but those are the ones that are going to get most interest, of course. Absolutely. Another hater in the chat, man, leave. There you go. He's gone. Slices, he's gone. He got blocked. It's just a racist view by idiots. Absolutely. United Road. Absolutely. Helge, I came late. What has I said about Gyokeres in the Scandinavia? Big up, Helge. I'll give you this. I'll give you this, Ellen. This was from Eric Neva, the Swedish journalist. My belief is that Victor Gyokeres will play for Manchester United next season. Highly respected journalist from Sweden. That is what happened. That is what has been said over this last 24 hours or so. So that is very, very interesting going forward, of course, guys. Absolutely. Kazi, good morning, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. We'll be doing certain Club World Cup match watch along. Waja, the problem is that some of the games kick off at 2 a.m. It had to be in America, didn't it? Some of the games kick off at 2 a.m. I'm going to try and catch the games that are around, at a feasible time. The earliest games are like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. I might be doing the 6 a.m., 5 a.m. games, Raja. Even though that's very early, I might do that. But other games are kicking off at 2 a.m. and stuff like that. So they'll have to wait and see, of course. Let's see what happens. Play that by ear. I've read there are rumors. There's some great games, though. I'll be honest. I've read there are some rumors, 200 million investments into the club by Reverend from his external businesses. It was already a guarantee from the deal that they did with the Glazers. That was, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. You absolute legends. Please don't forget to subscribe to that. Big up, Chippy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up, United family. Big up, everyone. B. Ryan, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Chelsea have already confirmed they won't be signing Osimhen, so that gives us the opening, potentially seal the deal. Come on, B. Ryan. Thank you for that good news, my friend. Thank you. More options for Man United. Very, very important, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. You're absolute legends. Let me just read this. Darren, I seriously think that we will regret if we offload Garnacho Sal. He's only 20 and needs to man up and apologize to Ruben teammates. Darren, I agree with you. I don't want to sell Garnacho, one of my favorite players. Just man up, say apologize, and that's it, guys. Absolutely. I agree with that. Spot on. Guys, thank you, everyone who's joined me today. You absolute legends. I will be back later on, of course, for Chatterbox. Keep your notifications on, guys. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. Guys, keep the positivity. Keep the positivity. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.